Hello,
Guins and Ros.
Hello.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Friday, live at the light
Light
bulbs.
bulbs. Live at the light bulb. What a great place.
I know,
The
it's
chair still sucks.
Tea's still good.
Tea's good. Nick's here.
Nick's here.
Everyone thinks it's beer when I put
Cheers.
photos of this. Cheers, girl.
It's not beer.
It's iced tea. Yes.
Ketoing again. Still.
Body's my temple right, baby. Body's my temple right, girl. Anita Butler and Ashley died. Richard, Joshi and Donna Ellis.
Donna's been busy lately. How's it going, Donna?
She was selling 1,000.
Yeah, that's great. No, great new business venture.
Oh, that's what we should
Give yourself a plug, Donna.
Yeah,
we should. Can we come and do a live, Donna, from the coffee shop?
We're going to tell my faith.
Oh,
isn't that beautiful?
Love you,
Isn't she lovely?
She's busy at the moment, getting ready for Restore More.
Right. She's a
If you haven't bought your tickets yet, really great function.
One of TGG's favourite
Restore
consultants.
More.
She does some work for TGG.
She does work for everybody.
No, that's right.
She's speaking at the Chamber of Commerce too.
Oh, shit.
Guest
Look
speaker
out.
at the next Chamber of Commerce
Macanola, go to go.
meeting. So yeah,
That's
so,
good. I might come
how's
on.
your week?
Oh, week's been good, girl.
Big question.
Yeah, what?
Who sold Mellifont Street?
No! You know why?
Oh,
Do you
we're
know
starting at why?
Well, we worked out why.
Why?
Because we only paid 151
Yeah,
and it's listed for 329.
yeah,
People say I'm not paying that.
yeah,
Even though it's worth that.
yeah.
They say you got them too cheap. So they suck. They must suck, those people. That's what people say. So we ran realestate.com. And this is what I'm going to say with realestate.com. Get this
Yes,
into
I'm sure they're listening.
Because we asked them to take the price down.
Yeah.
They said, no, we won't. This is public knowledge. Up your bum.
Oh, you mean the last sold
Yes.
price? Yeah, no, it's public knowledge. It goes
I
through
know.
to the titles office.
How
and
do you,
it's public
how do you
knowledge.
keep that from being public knowledge?
You cannot.
That
It is
sucks.
public knowledge.
Well, that sucks.
Just full disclosure now. Buyers can access a lot of that information. We had this discussion.
They shouldn't be able to do it on Google.
Hey, Sunita.
They should have to go to
Hey,
RP
Harry.
Data to get it. Harry,
No.
Harry, yes.
Yeah, there's a lot of Facebook. There's a lot of websites now that buyers can do all those kinds of searches.
Oh, yeah, I know, but it shouldn't be so obvious and easy to obtain. You should have to go digging for it.
Maybe you flipped it too fast.
Is there such a thing?
Yeah. You haven't flipped it yet.
Oh,
You
no,
haven't flipped it when you sold
Oh,
it.
that's what I mean. What do you mean too fast? It's taken forever. It's been on the market for like 3 weeks.
Uh-huh.
I thought it was going to sell. quick,
It'll
mate.
sell. It'll sell. Mark's on it.
Yeah,
Mark's on it.
absolutely. And
Mark's
Zach.
and Zach. Zach is on it. So, big,
Two out
big.
of the 3 best real estate agency globally.
Oh, there you go, see.
Yeah. Harry Charlams is a property
He
developer.
is.
One of the good guys from
Welcome,
Sydney.
Harry, on a Friday.
And Sneeder's
Lots
giving us
happening.
away.
Yeah, lots happening.
Donna Ellis, I did that when I bought my house in 2004. I'm not sure what she did.
What did you do? Did you flip it too fast?
Oh,
Donna?
you flipped it.
Oh,
Made some
research.
cash.
No, she did her research.
Oh, she did some
so she
research.
found out. Yeah.
Yeah,
See?
I'm into
All
doing
buyers
research. I get research, and we subscribe to RP Data.
So,
We have
all
it.
right, on the flip side, you're out looking for another property now.
Yeah.
As a buyer, would you be upset if that information wasn't disclosed to you of
No,
what
Because I go and find on RP Data.
yeah, so it's still disclosed. You can still find out what a house sold for.
Not on Google, though. Not when I search for the house.
Yeah, but a lot of those websites are attached to RP Data, so that information gets fed through. So it's public knowledge, Anton. Public
It
knowledge.
shouldn't be.
I know. Someone else told me that this week they didn't want to have it disclosed
That's right.
what their house sold for, and I went, public
And I
knowledge.
don't mind. What used to happen with RP Data, as you know, which for anyone that doesn't know, we're just talking some property here. Leonie McCarthy, know what we're talking about. Being a
Leonie
conveyancer.
Conveyancing,
She's
Stella
conveyances
Conveyancing, one of the best conveyancers in town.
in the world. Now, the thing about it is that RP Data, you've got to pay for, right? So and you can get your suburb reporter, your property report, as you know, and I'm cool with that. And the other thing about RP Data is it used to take 3 months to upload. You know,
It's immediate now.
now it's in like literally the next day.
Yeah.
Because there's so much technology on this planet.
Well, there's also deals done with companies
CJ,
like...
be good. Have a good night, love.
Thanks for the tea.
Thank you for the tea too, buddy.
No, you're welcome. So, yeah, I think RP Data and realestate.com have either joined forces or...
Are they both owned by
owned by,
CoreLogic?
yeah, I think they're actually, they're linked somehow so that as soon as the information goes on to RP Data or realestate.com, it's
It's
fed
good.
through. It's immediate now. We used to have RP Data ringing us all the time
Yeah,
to get
that's
sale
right.
prices, but
No,
they
you
don't
don't
need
get that
to
anymore.
now. No, it's just immediate. So, Crystal Roots, another busy
Crystal.
lady. How are you, Crystal?
Oh, alrighty, girl. Now, big topic today.
Yes. Well,
Big.
well, okay.
I reckon this is a big topic. Do you not reckon it is?
No, I was going to just do a quick rundown on what's
Oh,
happening.
yes. We're going to do
Gladstone.
Gladstone first. Talk us
Gladstone.
through it. What's going on?
Well, there's lots happening this weekend.
There was.
This weekend's
there
huge.
is, too.
Yeah,
What is it?
Oktoberfest.
What is Oktoberfest? Is that a drink-a-thon?
I think it's like, yeah, all the it's another great big excuse for everyone to get dressed up in German costumes and drink all day, and everyone has fun at it. Apparently, I've never been to an
Are you going to
Oktoberfest. No, I'm not going. I've got too much on this weekend. I've got
Okay.
going away parties.
Going away? Who's going away?
I've got friends leaving town. I've got a birthday party tomorrow night. Tonight here at the entertainment centre, we're coming to watch the Highwaymen.
Right.
So
Is
the
that any
Highwaymen. Well, I'll tell you after tonight. It's a tribute.
What do they sing? What songs do they sing?
You know, Willie Nelson,
Oh, yeah.
Chris Christoph.
That's right, the
Yeah.
Forum.
The Forum.
That's right. I just
Johnny
don't know any of their songs.
Yeah.
Hey,
Nick, come on, Nick.
Nick, go. Here's our weekly chat with one of the best looking blokes in Australia. Have a look at him. And you should see these. Got the nicest pecs in Australia. I'm only human.
What's happening, Nick?
Okay, good news. I got a new camera.
Oh.
Bad news, it costs $5,000.
Oh, it's worth it, mate.
Are you working
Don't have a
overtime
lens yet
cover?
either.
Oh, how much is the lens?
Oh, 1,500 for the one I want.
Wow.
It's got to be the best.
Oh.
You better work on
German
Saturday.
glass,
I'm not-
Japanese metal.
I'm liking some of your pictures, though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look me up on Instagram. Book me in for a shoot.
There you
Good
go.
on
I've got
Yeah.
a high quality lens.
There. And an expensive camera now.
Good on you, Nick.
Yeah.
Well done. But you haven't fixed your chairs yet.
So Richard said
Book me in for your
Oktoberfest.
proms.
Yeah.
Proms for
Oh,
Nick.
proms,
Prom
Nick.
photos.
Hey Nick, can we put your number up?
There he is, my fave bartender. He is our
All right,
fave
we're just gonna put up Nick's number if you need photo shoots of anything.
Yeah.
Nick has some mad
What's your
photography
business name?
Photo and video. My business name.
Do you have a
Well, my
business name?
Oh, it is IonNet PTYL TV.
skills.
Or you can just say Nick K.
I'll
Graham.
just put
It's Nick Partridge.
He.
We'll get rid of the cow.
Let him
There it is.
post
Just tag him.
Oh, I'll tag him. Oh,
Yeah.
Anton's computer.
That's all right.
All right, go. 04.
22 134 66.
All
Yeah,
right,
seriously though.
Book in your photos with Nick. There you go.
Weddings, anything. That's
Cheers.
proms.
You do portraits as well.
Oh yeah, that's
Portrait
I'm getting
photography?
a portrait
Could you
back.
do some corporate photos for me?
Yeah,
Ross?
definitely. I have been studying. That's all I've been studying.
Holy shit.
Wonderful. There you go.
Looking
Get on
forward
it.
to that. Thanks,
Support Nick. Support Nick.
So Gladstone, there's
Great photographer.
Oktoberfest, there's
So Richard
Highwaymen.
said that Oktoberfest is an excuse to get drunk. So
Right.
yes.
Okay.
And
Some people
there
don't
he
need
is.
that.
Oh, that's Richard said, my favourite bartender.
Yes.
Okay. So there's a lot on this weekend. A lot. Mason Rack are coming
Oh,
back. The
you were
Mason
at the
Rack
RG
band.
there.
Yeah, they're coming again
You're a
on
big fan of
Sunday.
them.
Oh, they're huge. If you haven't seen them before,
No.
honestly, they
They're
just
good.
blow you away.
Shit.
They do this thing where they bang with drumsticks on beer kegs and just make the most incredible music.
Really?
Oh, it's
Shit.
just amazing.
Mhm.
So RG's 1 o'clock, I think,
1
on
o'clock on
Sunday.
Sunday,
Yep. There's a couple of really big weekends coming up actually in Gladstone. We've got Cox Plate coming up soon. There's heaps of
it's the Melbourne Cup,
heaps
so
of-
only 2 weeks on.
yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
that's
Yeah, I think Cox Plate's bigger for Gladstone
Is
because
it?
well, Melbourne Cup's on a Tuesday, so
Oh.
yeah.
Is the Cox Plate the girlies one, where all the girls go in?
I think honestly, I think the races in Gladstone now blow my mind. It's so
really?
well supported.
Is
The
it?
Turf Club down there have done an excellent
Right.
job. It's great for local business.
Nice.
Everyone spends money getting their hair and makeup and
I know.
dresses and suits, and the guys make a massive effort.
And another gets lost.
Really,
weekend.
really good. Well, it is, but it's actually really well run and organised down there. And honestly, if you haven't got Turf Club membership, you're crazy because you just go straight into the members bar,
Oh,
buy your
yeah.
drinks over the bar. It's air conditioned.
happy
The
days.
toilets are nice and clean, and
Oh, good.
they have nice, you know.
Atmosphere.
Well, it's just they've got a bookie in there, so
A bookie.
A bookie.
My granddad was a bookie.
Oh, really?
SP bookmate.
Oh, really? Wow. My
Back in-
my
I've
dad
still got
probably
his
arrested
bag.
him. No.
I probably did. I still got his, those bags, the bookie
Yeah,
bags.
the bookie
still
bag.
got one.
Weren't they
Still
called Gladstone bags?
got- Were they?
I think they were actually
There
called
you
Gladstone
go.
bags. Yes.
Now Donna Ellis's, they.
Oh
the
yes, I
best.
love it when they swap instrument. They are the
Oh,
best.
very
Honestly,
good.
we're talking about Mason Rack again, obviously.
Yeah, Mason Rack.
Yeah. If
So-
you have not seen them, and I think I read actually this week somewhere that
Yeah.
they won the best band in Queensland
Holy shit, a
this
brick.
year or
Really?
what? Yeah. So
Wow.
yeah, just amazing the music they create with and the talent. It's, yeah, just
Isn't that great?
honestly, and it's totally different to what I ever expected when I saw them. So
Very
yeah.
good. Now, tell you what else was on in Gladdo this week was the GEA industry event.
It was, yeah,
And
and
the
the
dinner was
highlights
last
from
night.
it's blown my mind
Really?
the amount of projects. Well, they
Oh.
talked about the projects that are coming to Gladstone within a 100
Yeah.
kilometre radius, and
There's a few coming.
unbelievable.
Are our
Just-
houses going to go up?
I think they will, but it'll be a nice steady growth. I think they interviewed Glenn Butcher.
Butchie.
Yeah, Butchie was on, and I think everyone's agreeable that the next phase of Gladstone, the Gladstone industry and resources will not just be a boom; it will be steady growth. There's a lot of really great projects coming.
Can we just boom again?
We don't want to just boom again.
Yeah.
That was. I don't think it was
We
very
do.
great. No, you just want to sell Mellifont.
I want to sell all of them and go, and then
No.
come back just to do these Friday lives.
We need it to be sustainable, and people like we discussed last week. We have to. Oh, the week before, because we actually didn't do last week. I went out to
That's
Clermont,
right.
my parents' 50th wedding anniversary.
Congratulations to
Yeah,
you.
congratulations to my mum and dad.
No,
50 years. I said most people don't live for
marriage.
50 years.
Oh,
Imagine
I'm not even
being
50 years
married
old.
for 50 years.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so, but yeah, the sustainability of the next phase of what's happening in Gladstone, I think, will be the most important. We need long-term jobs here, not just construction jobs, and I think a lot of these projects will actually bring long-term jobs, which is what we need. But again, we need to just be very realistic about not getting overly excited.
I got 6 houses. I just want them to all go up so I can go to Clown.
I know, but
Anyway,
with the ammonia plant and all that.
Tell you what, Golden Beach is a beautiful place. Hands up. If
Golden Beach.
Clown.
Oh,
Hands
okay.
up if you love Gladstone, and if when you're ready you're going to go to the sunny coast. I reckon most hands in Gladstone go up. I think there's going to be a mass exodus here.
Can I tell you, from a real estate perspective, at the moment there's a mass exodus from the Sunshine Coast.
To here?
We are getting so many people move up from the Sunshine Coast.
Talk me through it.
Well, there's
What's
been a
going
lot of
on?
people who left here when the market was high. They sold up. They went down to the sunny coast,
Yeah, they're
and now
coming
they're
back.
selling up and coming
Because they
back and
can
buying
afford-
back in again.
Because it's cheap up here now.
Well, not just that. I mean, we've had an exceptionally cold winter across Australia this year, and my auntie lives in New South Wales. It is still 0 degrees down there.
In October?
Yep.
0.
Yep.
Who would live down there? How do they get
she
people to
is
live down
just
there?
crazy.
Seriously.
She's crazy cold. She
Like
keeps
New-
saying it's so cold.
New South Wales, we lived in for a while, and Wollongong's a beautiful place. We lived on the lake. It was
Wollongong
beautiful.
is beautiful.
And
Yeah.
I just don't know how they can get people to live further south than that.
I don't like the cold in Gladstone, so
What?
Are you serious? It'd be useless down there. Oh no, I froze this year. Ask Barb.
Anita 40.
Barb told me I'm not allowed to once whinge about the heat this summer after whinging for 4 months about how cold it is. So.
Gotcha.
But
Now-
no, I think. Stay on this page.
I'm just trying to get rid of that. Yeah, no, cool. I love Glado and always will. That's always home. We came back after 10 years on the road.
No, it's amazing how many people are moving up.
But do want to go that way
And
eventually.
not just from Sunny Coast. We've got Crow's Nest, we've got
Really?
Melbourne, we've got Sydney people, we've
All
just
the cold
sold houses. Oh, just they are.
Coming up.
And it
What do they
ranges
do
from
up here, though?
retirement, huge amount of retirees moving
Don't
up.
they go to Harvey Bay?
You know what? A lot of people, they live here and their parents are moving up. We've got a lot of people at the moment looking for dual living properties for mum and dad to live with them.
Point them to Mellifont Street. Because you don't want to do that. 'cause
No,
you want to sell
I
your own.
would if I had.
Have you got one? Have you got?
I had.
Do you
Oh,
get many dual properties?
I'll
Have you
talk to
got
Mark.
one? Yeah, you just have to
Talk
speak.
to Zachy, yeah.
Yeah, you,
Hey, Faye.
well,
Hey,
I'm
Anita,
I'm sure
they've
they'll-
joined us.
whatever it's
Faye
called,
and Anita.
There's a word for them.
Yes.
Enjoying itself. Anita 40, a great client of ours and a great friend of ours. So we
Ooh.
love Anita 40.
Hey, Anita.
So your big week in Gladstone, it wasn't a big week coming up now. Big live coming up. Big live.
Are you happy?
Are you happy?
Are
Are
you
you
happy?
happy?
I'm happy. I
Why?
have my moments, but I'm happy.
I know. So in general terms,
Yes.
so this is a weird question.
hmm
80% of the time, happy?
I would say
90%
more than that. I would say that you can be happy and still have a bad day.
Oh, absolutely.
But with my
Yeah.
life and with myself, I would have to say I'm probably 95% happy.
95. Good. Great.
And you know what?
I agree with you.
You know what I've
learned?
learned in the last 12 months?
What have you learned, Ross? Talk us through it.
That happiness comes from within and that you're in full control of your own happiness.
I'm going to say,
Unless something obviously happens that's unforeseen, as far as you being happy with where you are in your life, I'm not talking about deaths or cancer or things that, obviously challenges that come in, but as far as where you are at in your life,
okay,
I think you can control a lot of that yourself.
right.
I have a positive mindset, as you know, and I hang around positive people. I think that in saying you're responsible for your own happiness, I believe you can control a lot of what
I
makes
agree.
you happy.
I agree.
You work on obviously removing any toxic people from
Oh,
your
that's
life.
number one.
That's the first thing, and it's
Get
the
away from
easiest
negative
thing to do.
energy.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely. So Donna Ellis has said Harvey Bayes lost his charm. Agreed. It is charming at triathlon time because they have a couple of good tries each.
Actually, Harvey Bay is an interesting one because it has gotten so big. It's not this little beachside
Yeah.
town anymore. Oh, it's massive, Harvey Bay,
They
and
got whales too, haven't
they have got whales. They've got a huge hospital, and I
Right.
think they're expanding that even
they?
more.
Are they?
But I think the biggest challenge from what I've heard with Harvey Bay is trying to get jobs.
Oh.
And that's where Gladstone benefits because you have places like Boyne-Tanham and Calliope.
Plenty of work here.
There's enough work
Work
to
in the
sustain,
area.
to feed our area with young families, and we don't just have that, attraction of the older generation and the retirees.
Which is what the Harvey
There's so
Bay
many
has.
young single people or families that would, move here just for the lifestyle and the work, and you need that work. And that's where, people who live here that complain about the industry, you're in the wrong place because the industry is what sustains our community.
I know.
Without it, we just would not survive.
Choppy Close and Greg Chamberlain. So happiness a choice, you reckon?
I believe you can choose
Absolutely.
a path that will make you happy.
Good. And what I don't want to do today is get too swayed by like a depression or anxiety. Let's not go.
No, we're not going.
Let's just stick to general happiness in life.
Well,
right?
doing what you can do in your life to help you be in a happier place.
Yeah, that's right. I'll tell you why, because I'm going to write a book on happiness. And you would be amazed how much literature there is out there about happiness. There is. And I've got a couple of books, audio books going on. And Webster, hello, girl. And there's this one lady called Gretchen Rubin. You heard of Gretchen?
Yes.
She's a good girl.
Yes, she is.
She did the Happiness Project. She spent a whole year, wrote a book about it.
Wasn't there a documentary on that?
Oh, probably.
I thought there was a
She's got a blog
documentary on
too.
it. Yeah,
oh, yeah,
I'm sure there was
might have been.
a documentary.
She's a mad unit. She just off that book, like doing something, and she had monthly goals, monthly targets, and in September, I'm up to September in the book. Guess what she did for September? She decided to write a novel in a month.
Wow.
She wrote it.
Wow.
So she's a writer anyway. And this novel hasn't seen the light of day. Was 1,366 words a day, which gave you 50,000 words for the novel. And you weren't
Did
allowed
that make her happy?
reckons it very much so, she said. Can you believe that? And because her words were, like, unlike me, I just go and find a triathlon for her. She said she doesn't get the thrill out of running a marathon or...
Which I'd say a lot of people wouldn't.
Right.
Sorry.
Yeah, well, that's true.
I can't think of anything worse, to be honest.
Exactly.
But anyway.
And that's what she said.
Yeah.
Whereas some, like males particularly, hit midlife crisis and need to have something like that, John Sorley.
Hey, John.
And she said that's not for her. What she wanted to do, she called it exertion, was writing a novel in 30 days. And that was just September.
And that's obviously what she did to find something that made her happy. And that's what it's all about, because whether it's a marathon or writing a novel or, on the weekend, I have to say, the V8 supercars, the Bathurst 1000 was on. And when at a few different places that I was at, because we were out at mum and dad's for their anniversary, and then we drove home, we went to a few different places where people were listening to it or watching it.
Yeah.
And honestly, some people just can't watch cars go round and round and round in a circle and get a thrill out of that. And to see all my uncles and the brother-in-laws and cousins sitting at the house before we left Clermont and watching that, and they were so excited and so passionate about it. And I've got a good friend whose daughter was in one of the pit crews, and just to see this excitement and passion about this race, and for those people that are passionate about it and love it, and obviously that made them very happy, depending who they were going for, obviously, but it's just literally cars driving around a racetrack to somebody who's not into it, but to the people who are passionate about it.
Yeah, that's right. And that's like some people on here go, why would you write a novel in a month? So her February challenge was to be a better wife.
Just for February?
No. Well, see, the idea was, so she had a goal every month, and then they'd flow over.
So she'd continue on with those
the
things.
idea was that she'd create habits for happiness was her goal. And so by September, she was still talking about how she was a happy wife, for example, in February.
Was that what the book was about, I wonder? How I became a better wife?
Potentially. Or, no, I'm going to chunk it up a little bit and say how I became a better person. Because there's so many good learnings in it. So I think August was giving. So Mark Couple always gives us the thumbs up.
Hey, Mark.
Who's that?
Jade and Eddie.
Oh,
and Ben Emmerich's.
They're two young punks. A couple of Zach's.
I know Jaden.
He's a rat bag. You would have seen him out drunk as
Mhm.
men at different times.
Oh, the
Nice
sound
little
keeps dropping.
Oh, what?
Maybe it's
Wonder
the
why.
music.
Might be the music.
Ask Nick to
Okay.
turn it down.
Michelle Holmes, thanks for joining, Michelle. So anyway, what I loved February of hers was how to be a better wife resonated with me because I want to be a better husband.
Mhm.
And she stopped complaining. So she's a self-admitted nag. How's that? When your wife goes, I'm going to stop nagging you now. And then she was
Nice that
dirty.
she identified.
Then she was dirty because her husband didn't recognise her. She wanted to get a pat on the back to stop nagging. She said, and then she had to understand that she wasn't doing it for him, she was doing it for her. Because she wanted to be happier, not nagging.
And I think that's a big thing to recognise.
Yes.
Just want to check. Can you guys just let us know if the sound's okay?
Yeah.
You just keep everyone
All right.
entertained. I'm going to see
I will.
if the music can just.
Cool.
Cheers.
Serious. Cheers. So, is anyone on there? Karen Alexander, thanks for joining. What I'm really interested in, team, is what makes you happy. Can you just put in a word? And look, not family, friends, because that's a given. What about, what do you do for happiness? And in this happiness project book, they actually said that if you ever want to know what makes you happy, don't try to do something that makes you happy. Sounds like Kat Ryan. Good.
Thanks, Richard.
Amanda DeBoer. Don't do something that makes you happy. Notice what you do, because what you are doing naturally is actually what makes you happy, if that makes sense. Don't switch the chicken or the egg. What you do in life. So this makes us happy. We don't do this and go, oh, this makes us happy.
Yeah.
We just do it and we get happy. So what I'm throwing out the challenge to everyone in here, and my probably happiness thing would be triathlon. So I'm asking everyone, Ros, to tell us what actually makes that'll do. We'll triathlon. We'll tag them in it. So what's if you had to passion to be personally challenged, share my experiences with others, do it better.
Good one, Greg. That is
great?
awesome. And you know what? That is such a big thing. That makes me
Isn't
happy
it?
too.
Yeah.
That really, honestly, that's one of my biggest things. If I get such a thrill,
You're
and
not
I am.
You're not allowed to copy that.
Yeah, but it's a twist on what Greg just said, and it's really. I think, and I used to be a real people pleaser for a really long time, and I would do it because I thought I needed to do that to make people like me. With all the counselling and everything that I've been through over the last year, I have really learned that if I am happy myself and do what makes me happy and concentrate on me being happy without trying to do it to have people like me, and I have learned really quickly it's okay if somebody doesn't like you. It used to drive me insane. I would go crazy trying to fix a friendship or trying to to please somebody just because I thought I couldn't stand the thought of them not liking me or not being in my life. And it changes you so much when you all of a sudden go, you know what, I actually don't need that person in my life when they're toxic. And
that's right.
That's a big one. Greg.
I had a revelation one day that not everyone actually thought I was the best bloke on the planet.
Really?
Holy shit.
Just don't believe that for 1 second.
That's right. I couldn't believe it. It was wrong. Now tell me this. So you can't copy. What makes you happy? Like, not family and friends though, because that's a given.
Oh, okay. So I nearly jumped in and said.
I know. Me too.
The thing that makes me the happiest are my kids, but yeah.
I know. Me too.
Yeah, family and kids, and that goes without saying. It just to see them thriving and happy. It is a big thing.
Mate.
So, how are you? Peter. So, okay. Well, look. Honestly, I have to say I am extremely passionate about what I do. I think my work, my choice of industry to work in. And I really believe that if you are not getting out of bed every day and being excited and passionate to be going to work, then you are in. And I know people have to do jobs to earn money, but what's my favorite saying? If you don't like where you are, move. You're not a tree. So, I think the biggest thing is that people stay in situations their whole lives and think that it's the only thing that they can do. And they just get on this mouse wheel and they go round and round and round the same circle. They go home. They don't look forward to. And see, that creates situations. I know people who are unhappy in their jobs and they've got to go home every night and have a drink. They go home every night and have a drink or a glass of wine just just so they can go to bed and get up in the morning and go and do the
In
same
power,
thing
right.
again, you know. And I think that your work,
Has
if
to
you,
be.
you have got to be, and it doesn't even have to be, if you like the work you're doing but you don't like the people you work for or work with, you know, you really need to look at changing that, because if you
man.
have to, I mean, God, we work for a lot of our lives.
Oh,
A lot of our
man.
lives.
I had a revelation this week because someone told me this in this team that I was working with. You spend more time with your workmates than you do with your family.
Absolutely.
Spend 8 hours a day with these
work it
mofos.
out. You work out what you
I
work
know.
for 40 years of your life
Oh,
or
I
whatever,
know.
if you're lucky to
You
live
better
that
freaking
long.
like them.
Oh, God,
If you don't like them, and guess what? You can't choose these mofos.
No,
So
you
you're
just...
thrown together, unless you're like Roz and I, self-employed. And people always say to us, "Geez, you're lucky," or you know, you get to work for yourself. We don't get
You
to
know
work for
what,
ourselves.
guys? You're not lucky. You'd actually created that situation.
That's right.
I created the
And it's-
situation
I know,
where
and
I
it's
worked
50
for myself.
I had my 14 or 15 year anniversary this year. This week it come up on LinkedIn. Yeah, 14 years or something.
What,
Yeah.
for
When was it?
Well, I had my 3-year anniversary
No
this
way. There you go.
3 years. My
There you
business
go.
has been open. So.
Success that leads to affecting change within people, community, environment. That's what makes me happy. Good
Oh,
on you.
good on you,
Jim
Richard.
Valerie Valleys,
Hey,
boy.
Jim.
One of the best footballers Gladstone's produced.
Oh, there you
Back in
go.
the day. Success that leads to affecting
I love
change.
that.
Oh,
Keep telling us what makes you happy,
yeah,
guys.
keep coming.
Sharing.
Ian
We want you
Powell,
to
what
share.
makes you happy other than electrical inspecting? And Jim, what makes you happy? Peter Hawkins. So, very, very quickly though, one thing that I have learned about happiness is that making other people happy is a big happiness factor. Now,
Absolutely.
what I take away from that though is you've got to do that for the right reasons.
Absolutely.
Right? So you don't do it for you. You've actually got to do it for them.
And you know what that's called? Generosity of spirit.
Oh, yeah.
Having a generosity of spirit where you're actually doing it for the benefit of the other people,
Yeah.
and it will come
And
back
then
to you.
and it makes you
It
happy.
just comes back to you naturally.
That's
So,
right.
yeah.
And they say,
Cheers.
cheers. So, seriously, Antonio and the Cezino family, please, we're going to ask nicely again. Change your fucking chairs out, seriously. No, don't you reckon? I can't. I started not coming here because of that. Seriously, I
Oh,
love light bulbs.
need to bring you some little rubbers to stick on the bottom of them or
know.
something.
So John Turr, hello mate. What makes you happy? Now, in saying all of that, oh yeah. So with this giving stuff, you can be too giving, mate.
Absolutely. You can actually lose yourself.
Yes.
If you give too much,
Yes.
you can totally lose
You'll
yourself.
totally lose yourself
Yeah.
because, like giving, people get that focused on giving that it becomes a power thing, and then they like use
You can't do it at the risk of losing yourself.
Do you know what I reckon? You call it generosity of spirit. You know what I call it? Just paying it forward.
It is paying it forward.
Paying it
Absolutely.
forward. Have you watched the movie?
I have, and there's a book.
Is there a
There
book?
is a book, Paying It Forward.
Shit.
Yes.
Another one on the list. Gee, it's creepy.
You'll be reading
I know.
10.
I've worked out how to read one a week now.
You power read, don't you? Yeah.
With my finger.
Yeah.
Like saying, straight down the middle of the line, straight down the middle of the page.
See, I couldn't do that. I can't retain anything. I'm not a good reader.
Oh.
I do audiobooks.
Yes. Me too. I'm
I'm an audiobook person. So, hey, Carrie Lyle, one of my oldest friends.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Carrie's
daughter's getting
married.
married. My daughter's getting married. We're all getting old.
I know I use the F word, Richard. Only time I use the F word is on here when these chairs come out. Mark West, thanks for joining us.
It's literally the only time he's ever used it.
I don't use the F
It's the
word.
chairs.
I know. They just give me the shit.
So you know what? Back to the happiness thing.
Happiness.
I think the other thing that I really, really, truly 100% believe in now, after working on myself so much, is that when you are not at work, you need to find things that actually make you happy and do those things.
Oh.
Because, you know, I'm not going to do that because it's taking away time from someone else, or I'm supposed to be doing, and it's not, you know, when you've got children and things like that, obviously, do
You got
things
priorities.
that make you all happy and plan those things. You know, I think as a mum or a dad, stay-at-home dad, or a working mum or dad, we get so wrapped up in the washing and the food and the cooking and school and homework and scouts and football and all the other things, but you need to make sure you're setting time aside for moments. And that's where we have spoken before about, you know, putting things into place in your household, like sitting at the dinner table and having a meal
Meals
together every night.
Every night.
No TV, no
That's right.
phones,
That's it.
you know, little things. And
That's right.
we just talked about how much how much of our lives we work.
Yeah.
And in the blink of an eye, your kids are
Gone.
grown up like mine and Kerry, and they're getting married, and you go, oh my gosh, did I make the most of those moments? And we're always rushing and yelling at them to get ready for school and pack your lunch and hurry up and get in the car. And
And I'll tell you what Gretchen says: the days are long and the years are short.
oh, they
How
certainly are.
important is
That is
that?
so true.
Like the first 21 years of my life, I reckon went the slowest. Since then,
It's gone.
it's just
accelerator.
My kids are freaking 20.
Yeah, I know.
And yours are too.
And you know
How
what?
did
In
that
the blink
happen?
of an eye, my mum and dad's 50th wedding anniversary, and I
years
go, oh my
married.
God.
Jules and I have been married 25 years.
Went back to
I didn't even
my
think I'd be alive this long.
family hometown where I grew up and saw all my parents' friends who were all my age when we were all going to school that I am now.
They're old now.
And they've all got
They're gone to.
grandchildren and great-grandchildren.
Yeah,
and
I know.
you just go back, stepping back in time, and you look at them and they kind of look the same.
Yeah, sort of.
But you just think,
Oh,
man,
shit.
they're all in their 70s now, you know.
Alan Bradley, Luke Bryce,
Hey,
and Chris
guys.
Tame. Little challenge for you, team. Outside friends and family, what makes you happy?
What makes you
Please, in
happy?
a word or a sentence,
What do you
makes
do
happy?
that makes you
Yeah.
happy? What do you
And-
do to be happy?
And I'm just going to pick up on what you said before. You've got to schedule time to do happy stuff. Seriously, if it's bushwalking, if it's painting, you know, people put off shit that they know is going to make them happy. I'll tell you one thing that people always put off, I reckon. You know when you get a new pair of shoes and you're saving for that special occasion, or
I've got about 15 of those.
yeah, you're going
In my
there's
cupboard.
going to be a time when you wear them.
Well, yeah.
Or, I don't know, with the
By the
shoes
time you
or-
wear them, the glue's rotted and they
That's
fall
right,
apart.
exactly.
So, yeah.
Just freaking wear them now.
It's like the good china, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm only going to
Ian
put the
Powell,
good
achieving
china away.
goals.
Short and long-term one, I've realised that running is my happy place. Might be
me too.
due to having to concentrate on breathing, which we know is the best stress
stress
reliever.
reliever.
That's so true, Ian. Well, Anton tells me it's true. I
Yeah,
don't
no,
do the
it's-
R
yeah,
word,
you
so
don't do the running.
I don't do the R word.
What happens is you find, I've only ever found that once you get this running high, I think once you've been there, you actually run to see if you can ever get back there. It's like this
Anton, if you ever
euphoric
see me
state.
running, something's chasing me, so you better start running.
I'll try and stop them.
Yeah,
chasing
there'll
the
be a
house
bear
up.
behind me or something. So.
To get there before
But
you-
back to the family
Yeah.
thing, I think, you know, everyone needs to stop and take stock at the end of the day and look back and say, have I actually put any genuine time aside to spend really good, happy, genuine
else.
time with
Being
my
bothered.
kids?
Yeah.
And, you know, is a good quality time. And that's where I've always found, you know, that sitting around the dinner table where the kids have got time to talk about their day and what challenges they've got. The other thing I always did, and I've said this before, is, you know, making sure each individual kid, my children,
Each kid.
every kid, my
like the
kids,
numbers, isn't it?
my kids.
Number
So
one
I made sure before they went to sleep at night, I would go and just lay on the bed with them and individually one-on-one talk about their day, and you'd be surprised what they open up about and
Shit.
you know tell you about. And yeah, just things like that. I think they're little things, but
Yeah.
they are also
Oh, they're important.
really
They're
important.
Memories and experiences.
Just blink of an eye.
Oh, God.
Seriously, blink of an eye.
And Donna Ellis being by the ocean, mate. Trinkets of the sea.
That's
Trinkets.
lovely, Donna.
I love that.
Yeah,
Maddie-
that is.
So, Maddie. Hold on. a
Hey,
second.
Madeline.
Hey, mate, in the garage, brother.
Anton's just taking a phone call, so
Sorry.
excuse him.
You there, mate?
But I think that
Yeah, mate,
everybody
I'm
needs
just on
to
a video.
recognise what their
In the garage.
what their individual things are that actually make them happy.
In the garage,
Making sure that
I'll
you
probably
do those things, and you know, I've been very open and honest. One of the things I love to do is listen to music and dance. There is hardly
You
a
do it
time
well
in a
too.
day where I am
You
not
rock
listening
that
to
dance
music.
floor.
I do.
Me
Well,
too.
it's my
Spotify.
cardio. I have.
Spotify. It's your cardio.
Oh, it's my cardio.
No.
I go to the gym with. I
love that.
go to Essential Personal Body Training with
That's a shout out
Angela
for
LaRose. Yep, Angela LaRose. She's a brilliant trainer.
I've got an idea.
Brilliant.
We need to do these at every business in town.
Yeah, we do
From
need to
personal
get it right.
trainers to the coffee shop to every. Like,
Absolutely.
We've got to do.
And
what's
you know
right.
what?
Yeah.
Should we make our little announcement?
Yes,
Yeah.
announce it.
Okay.
Before we do that, though,
Yes.
Maddie, this lady here, Madeline Giacomini, she is one of the most beautiful souls. She's a crystal healer.
Have you spoken to her on your? Have you interviewed
Yeah.
her?
No, I
Oh.
want to though.
Madeline,
I'm gonna.
should do a live interview with,
Yes.
with
Why
Anton.
we should do one down here with her.
We could actually
She
do that.
would
Like
like that.
we could bring people
On
on.
here, we
Paul
could. No, you
Turner.
can't with the laptop. You'll do it on the phone.
Oh, that's okay. Paul Turner, welcome.
Yeah.
We're talking about what makes you happy. So
Yeah,
please
so Maddie,
share.
what makes you happy, and Paul, what makes you happy? Now, what's the big announcement? Talk us through it.
So, guys, we have created a page, Anton and Ros Let's Go Live page.
Guins and Ros.
Guins and Ros.
Guins and Ros.
Guins and Ros.
It's not what matters.
Sorry.
I'd
So,
say.
yes, we are going to get our page up and running. We are going to be going live on a regular basis from
From around
businesses all around Gladstone. We're going to get people to like our page, and then we can give
That's
updates
right.
on new businesses, on what's happening in the industry, the markets, wherever we go, we will be able to go live and share all that information with you guys. We'll still be on here on a Friday
That's it.
to make sure that everyone knows
Make sure
what's
that
going
happy
on.
chairs
And
still make noise when you
yes,
pull
we
them
want to
out.
make sure that Lightbox chairs still make a big noise. But yeah, we are going to have a page up and running very soon, which we'll invite everybody to
Yeah.
like, and hopefully everyone will get behind that and support us, because we are going to be really
Right.
promoting not just the
Gladstone.
Gladstone region. We're going to get some guest speakers,
Oh,
to
absolutely.
interview.
Well, we'll get
We're
the
gonna get.
business owners.
Well,
Or
we've
just
also
the-
got a council by-election coming up, so it'd be
When
great
is
to get
that?
some of the.
I was thinking about running as
Well,
councillor.
Natalie Muscat,
Yeah,
Colin Burke. There's a few local
Colin
people
Burke.
running for that, so we need to
Come
get them on and
Burke
have a
too.
chat and talk to
Yes.
them, so that everyone can get an idea of what they are offering us.
What
They've
we're
got
gonna change.
massive shoes to fill with Cindy Bush leaving.
Yeah. that's
so-
gonna be- is anyone else leaving? What are all the
I think
current
it's the
councillors going
by-election
again?
just for Cindy's to replace
Oh, is that all it is?
Cindy.
Oh, there's only one councillor.
Yeah, so I
role.
think it's just to promote
when is it?
replace Cindy. I don't know. Can anyone confirm
Nice. Okay.
when that's
Oh, that'll
on?
be interesting.
But there's a lot of things going on around Gladstone, and so that will make everyone happy, I'm sure,
Oh,
to know what is going on around
Well,
town.
we're trying to spread the love. I reckon, seriously, if we had a goal or a purpose of doing these, it's to share the love.
It is, and
Share the love.
it's nice that so many people follow us, and
Yes.
we think that we have a whole lot more that we can offer during the week, not
absolutely.
just Friday
And
afternoons.
we put it out
with
for
our big
radio
rants.
stations about doing a podcast show,
Yeah.
and none of them are interested. 'Cause
Well,
that's too
I've
big
got a
a thing.
couple more I'm
To
working
me,
on.
that's too big a thinking for Gladstone.
Well,
Can I say
I
that
think-
with love or not?
Well, you can, but I also think
What's
that
your theory
we
on
have control over how this works if we run it ourselves, and I'm sure everyone will get behind us and like our page.
I get
So
that.
please like it and feel free to share. Anton knows
Great
everybody.
client. No, he's a great client. Great client.
So when we launch that page, probably this week,
We'll
we
invite
would
everyone to
ask
like it.
everybody to like it and share it with your friends and
That's right.
get involved, because
Get in.
and if you have got a business
Oh,
or a
yes.
function or
Yes.
anything you want us
Can
to
we-
come and promote, please let us know.
Can
Just
we go to
inbox
Donna's
us
next
on
week?
our page.
What about over the weekend?
If
So
Donna,
if you're cruising around during the weekend, I'm usually cruising around.
yeah, we can pop in and Don.
Scott
Does
and
Donna
I'm
open on a
keen.
weekend?
This bloke here is the fittest
Scott.
triathlete in
Scott,
Australia.
we've just been talking
He just
about
represents
what
Australia.
makes you happy.
What
so
makes you happy? We know it
that
makes
must make
Scotty
you
happy.
happy.
Running fast.
Deanne's joined us too. That's great.
Dan,
Donna, are you open on the weekends? Because you might be our launch. You might be our
Yes.
launch live.
yeah.
So just let us know when your opening hours are. But if you've got a business you want to promote, we might duck down. I'm desperate to get to the deli plate because they
Is it
opened
open
last
yet?
week. Yes,
Where is the deli
they
plate?
are.
She's open
She's
on Sunday.
open. Okay, we might have to
All
do
right.
a Sunday live
Yeah.
from your place.
We'll do it earlier. You open early. Oh, you going to be in town early?
Not this Sunday.
Right, okay. Cool.
Oh, not.
Well,
Do you want to do it this Sunday? Well, I better get this page up and running. I better get it finished.
Yeah, that's right. No rest of the wicked here, girl.
But if you have got something you want us to promote, even if you're having a garage sale
Even if
or
you're
something,
telling- yeah, just
let us
chip
know
in.
what's on, and we
'Cause
will
we're out there,
promote
team.
the hell out of it.
We're
So-
gonna share the love, whatever
We
that
are.
love looks like. For
And if you've got any ideas on stuff that's coming up that we should promote
Yeah, let us
or go
know.
live at, let us know.
and Ros is such a good page administrator.
Yeah, I will look after
Oh,
things. You haven't got a clue.
no, I wouldn't.
You're clueless.
I just do this.
Hello.
G'day,
How are you?
mate.
We just have a visitor.
Good to see you. You want
Yeah.
to come on live? That's probably not Gary.
He doesn't want to come on.
Good on you, mate. Yeah, all right. How's life, you are?
He's
Or is it
hopefully
all
not
right?
having a sickie.
Stay strong. Hey, great to see you. Thanks for coming. and
So,
saying good day.
any
Yeah, well,
ideas
let's
on our
talk
page
soon.
and what else you'd like us to do promote on there would be much appreciated.
I
And
still reckon if you're in town Sunday morning,
we'll organise something. Be in touch with Donna, and
that.
we'll organise what time
Work it
she's open, and we will definitely get that kick started.
Wouldn't that
So
be good?
I better get
So
the
no one
page
else
up
is
and running.
Yeah, could you? No one else is.
So 8 till 1.
Yeah, that's great.
Oh, at the
Yeah, I know where
Matters
it is.
Gallery.
You know
Oh
where it
yeah,
is.
I know where it
Yeah,
is.
yeah,
Yep, left before the fish market.
So no one else has told us about happiness. Let's have a think about who people we know. What makes
Well-
Barbara Sawtell happy? Not a family, because I know she's happy now. What does she
Yes,
do in
she
her spare
is.
time?
Yes, she is.
Oh, here she is. What?
No. I said yeah, she is.
Yeah, no, that's
yeah,
what I
she's
mean.
happy. Yeah,
Family and
friends. Yes. Well, Barb likes to go. To think she's coming to the Highwaymen tonight
She
with
likes
us.
music.
She loves music.
Right.
She's
always had
she
music,
knows so many people. She's been in a lot of industry jobs and different. She used to actually be a waitress at Flinders.
No.
So Barb's been in town for a really long time, and yeah,
Out at Orica for 100 years.
she was out there for a while. Yeah,
Yeah,
she was. She's done a few different
she's
jobs,
selling
but
real
she knows
estate.
a lot, and she is
Selling house
kicking
and-
goals.
And
I'm
she sold a
telling
house
you.
in 2 hours.
Yeah, 2
That
days.
was 2 days.
Yeah.
But I thought she said 2 hours.
Well, we got an offer, but we signed up the contract in 2 days.
Oh, that's
so,
all right.
yeah.
Let's go 2 hours. So
Yeah.
2 hours sounds way better.
No, she's kicking a lot of goals, and she has a massive career in front of her. Let me tell you, she is really doing well.
So she's natural.
Yeah.
So let's pick a buddy of mine. So let's pick someone like. Oh, let's pick a weird, just an off. So a mate's wife. So Ash Glass, Ash, Tropical Blue Homes. He's building this like massive house, man. He's going to get a
For himself?
No.
Oh,
for a
okay.
client. The biggest house in Gladstone in the world,
Wow.
ever, probably. And his wife's into those oils, the oils.
Yeah.
And so her happiness place, I suppose, is making people happy and helping people
Yeah.
solve their problems. So she's probably a giver. So that probably drives her.
Do you know what the link, though, I think, with what everyone said on here today and what we've just spoken about with people that we know, I think a lot of it comes back to what you're passionate about.
Oh, for sure.
And, I really think if it's your job, your family, your social life, it really, if you're passionate about something and you're doing it, then I think it really makes you happy.
And that's the thing. What are you doing now?
Ash's wife, like you just said, her oils and sharing that. I know so many people who, are into yoga and, promoting. I mean, look at Richard. Richard's got a hand in about 400 pies, and she's so passionate about what she does. And
meditation.
Yeah. And it again, if you're passionate about doing those things and you make those things a priority, then I think happiness is an offshoot of those things.
Happiness is the result.
Yeah.
It's the chicken or the egg thing.
It is actually finding what you love and finding what you want to do with your life and doing it, because we get one shot at this.
She's not a dress rehearsal.
It is not a dress rehearsal, and you blink and your parents are 70 and your kids are getting married, and I know I've got God willing, I've got a whole lot more to come, years to come.
God willing.
But I think it's.
I didn't think I was going to live this long, though, mind you.
Oh, stop it!
Did some crazy shit, man.
Oh, we all did.
45.
We all did. Actually.
We feel old now. I feel quite. No, I still feel 17 though. Still feel 17.
You don't feel old. You don't
No,
feel
I
old.
don't. Really.
I actually feel the youngest.
45.
Oh, our battery's running low. I feel younger than I've ever felt in my entire life right now. I'm the fittest I've ever been. I'm eating the best I've ever eaten.
Oh, absolutely.
I just feel young. And not just that, in my mind, I am actually happier because I'm doing what I want to do, and I'm doing what makes me happy. And that's what I think helps you feel younger too. So,
all right, team. Been
signing
a pleasure.
off. Look out for
We're
our
off.
page. Let's go live with Guins and Ros. Please like and share it, and we will be in touch really soon. Have a great week.
Thanks, team.
Okay, bye.